Hello and welcome to Stuff. My name's David Waddell and today we're going to look at cubiertos. Now, how do you say cubiertos in English? Any idea? Cutlery, that's right, cutlery. So today we're going to be looking at all different types of cutlery. Now, I'm sure maybe you have been in a restaurant in England maybe, and you don't know what these objects are. So today, after this program, you will know, okay? So, for example, let's start with the first object. Now, tenedor. What is a tenedor in English? Do you know the word tenedor in English? A ver. Very good. Fork. Fork. We say fork. Now, forks have these little things here, dientes. In English, we call tines, tines. And we have here is the handle, mango, okay, the handle. So this is a fork. Now, also, there are some expressions we use with fork. For example, there is a phrasal verb called to fork out, to fork out. Now, any idea what to fork out means? Now, any idea to fork out? Have you ever heard that phrasal verb? Well, it means to desembolsar dinero, por ejemplo. Have you ever forked out money? For example, last week I bought a car and I had to fork out a lot of money. To fork out, desembolsar dinero. So have you ever forked out money for a car, for example? I bet you have, yeah? And the other week, for example, as well, I had some problems with the plumbing in my flat, yes? The pipe was leaking, so I had to call a plumber, fontanero. I had to call a plumber. And of course, it meant I had to fork out money. And also, another word with fork, a fork, also means bifurcación. Bifurcación en una carretera, por ejemplo. A fork in the road, yeah, a fork in the road. So you're driving along and you come to a fork in the road, you go left or right, for example. So there's many little different expressions we can use with fork. Let's move on to the next piece of cutlery. Here we have, what's this? First of all, cuchara. What's cuchara in English? Very good. Spoon. Spoon. We say spoon. Spoon. Here's a spoon, yeah? Again, this is the handle of the spoon, mango, the spoon, and this, in fact, is a soup spoon, a soup spoon. Una cuchara para la sopa, yeah? So be very, very careful with the word soup, sopa, because many people get it mixed up with the word soap, jabón, yeah? Soup, soap. So this is a soup spoon we use when we want to eat soup, okay? Now, another thing, another expression we use with spoon is a verb to spoon feed, to spoon feed. Any idea what the verb to spoon feed means? Any idea? Well, it means, for example, I'm a teacher, I have pupils, and I make it too easy for a pupil. It means that I'm spoon feeding them, to spoon feed a student. Now, at Vaughan Systems, of course, we never spoon feed our students. We make them sweat, we make them work. Yes, but some teachers spoon feed their pupils, and that's a very bad thing, yeah? And also another word we can use is cuchara, una cucharada, perdón. Cucharada is a spoonful. So we have lots of words for spoon. Now, the last piece of cutlery is a knife. Yes, a knife. Cuchillo, a knife. Be very careful because cuchillo has a silent K, yes, it's a silent K, knife. And also, the plural of knife is knives, knives, with a V sound, knives. One knife, two knives. And again, we have here, what's this called? Any idea? That's right, the handle, the handle. And here, this part is the blade, yeah, la hoja, the blade. Now, this is quite sharp, afilado, sharp. The opposite of sharp is blunt. So we have sharp and blunt. And the verb is to sharpen, to sharpen. Now this knife is for meat, so we call it a steak knife. Now what is steak in Spanish? Any idea the word steak? That's right, filete, steak. But be very careful with the pronunciation. Steak, not a steak, steak. Yeah, so this is a steak knife. So another thing we can say is a very interesting expression is to cut the atmosphere with a knife. So there was a lot of tension, so you could cut the atmosphere with a knife. That means respirar la tensión, yeah? So to cut the atmosphere with a knife. So we have plenty of vocabulary here. We have knife, spoon, fork, all these things. And that's all I have time for, unfortunately, so I'll see you next time. Goodbye.